How did you come into play on this project? Were you one of the initiators, or?
I'm one of the lead actors on the team, along with Steven, who plays the captain of the ship. I'm the fighter pilot.
Oh, you're the fighter pilot.
I'm Alex Kamal, and I auditioned.
You were added. We didn't have you on our
Right? Yeah, no, I was a surprise guest.
Yes. Okay.
On this kind of shoot. And no, but I auditioned like the rest of the gang. I was shooting another sci-fi show actually called Olympus, which has just finished airing its first season. I played Pre-Xerxes on that. And this thing came up, and I read the script, and I was absolutely jaw-droppingly amazed by the quality of it. And then I saw that it was written by Mark Ferguson and Hawk Godspeed, the two writers from Iron Man 1 and Children of Men, and I realized, okay, this is a very high pedigree project. Then I realized it was based on all these novels, which I hadn't had a chance to read yet, and they were all New York Times bestselling novels, and I started getting into that, and I realized at that point, this is something very exciting to be part of. And then I looked at the character of Alex, who is a Mars-born fighter pilot of East Indian Pakistani descent and speaks with a Texas accent.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm thinking to myself, how often am I going to get offered a role like this, being the kind of casting that I am? And I was like, this is a Geek Boy wet dream.
So what West Texas part of India can you tell us this?
Well, here's the thing. Mars, in this universe, I'm about a fourth generation Martian. Mars has been colonized. There's about 25 million people on the planet at this point, and everyone there is unified in a vision of terraforming Mars, creating an atmosphere and getting a body of water there, and they're all kind of in a singular mindset. And creators figured, okay, who are the people that would brave this world? Who would be the people to carve out that niche and fly across the solar system and plant their roots there and die on another planet, never feeling a breeze on their face again, never, looking at an ocean again. And they figured the people who would be those pioneers would be the Asians, the East Indians, Pakistanis, and the Texans. And so those would be the people that
would... Pakistanis and the Texans.
And we all fused.
Have you been to Texas? It's kind of like Mars.
But that would, these are the people who in our world now, these are people that brave out of their countries and they carve out and they pioneer and they create new worlds wherever they go. And they're willing to brave hostile new environments. And so Alex is a fusion of all of those cultures. And so you'll get this guy who looks like me, but speaks like a southerner and has all the kind of crazy witticisms and southern kind of comforting jokes that would come along with that.
Set in space into the sci-fi genre, how do you as an actor make it personal to resonate with the audience that you hope to capture?
It is, as an actor, I see this as, I'm a Canadian, I'm born in Canada, and so taking on a role like this, it's like when you uproot yourself and you go somewhere new, especially somewhere new and hostile like Los Angeles.
There you go, for a Canadian.
Right? For a Canadian. And so you're basically going into a new environment, you're dealing with completely foreign situations, it's a completely different culture. And so going into space is not such a hard stretch of the imagination.
For a Canadian.
And the other thing is that the universe that we've created here, we've been living out in space for a couple hundred years now. It's difficult, it's challenging, we're probably pushing our technology to its maximum, kind of the way the pioneers in the Wild West were pushing themselves. And like the railroad was just being built and it was barely happening and everything was brand new. It's kind of where we're at with Expanse. Everything is just kind of brand new. We have ships the ship that we're flying, Stephen and I, is probably about 200 years old. It's falling apart, it's a rust bucket. We're patching it together like it would be. You build a ship that costs $1 billion, you can't just replace it, you have to patch it together. And it's not like we have Star Trek type technology here. We don't have artificial gravity, we don't have faster than light travel, we don't have all of those kind of bells and whistles conceits. This is like what it would really be like 200 years in the future with our technology just pushed to the limit. And that means it's dangerous.
Like a taxi in space.
I like to think of it as the most dangerous catch in space.